All right, so this one I'm going to show, in this video, I'm going to show the save state. Um, so what I have is I have one save state so they can load or they can start a new game. When they load, it's going to load whatever save state that they had, but save states don't actually activate until a player has went through a portal. If they have went through a portal, really, that's just so how it goes between the different rooms. Uh, that is the only time that it's going to actually generate a save state. So if they die in that current room, then they're going to reset to the previous room. When they go in the dungeon, if they die anywhere in the dungeon, they reset to the room right before they went into the dungeon. So it's saving all of this stuff, and that's where they can click to load. So all their items, their weapons, everything that they've collected, that's what's going to get generated when they go in there. Okay, so let me show that in the code, or show this first, and then I can show the code real quick. All right, so if I click new game, so let's say I collect the bow, I go collect weapon, I got 5 coins. Okay, now this is kind of where the portal is. If I go through there, and then watch. All right, so let me die. So here I got 1, 5, I got full hearts, I got 2 weapons. Okay, so now I have it generating where if I die, a new message is going to get shown up, and then it's going to the credits. So if I click back and I click load game, I have 1, 5, I have all my weapons, I have full health, and I get generated as I just entered this room. So this is the room right prior to where I died. Okay, now if I click back and I go into new game, it will generate the new game without that stuff. That save state is still in there until I hit a portal. So if I go here, I am back in my save state. But if I go out of this room, then it goes away. When I go to the dungeon, I go back to the room right before I enter the dungeon. So if the player dies in the dungeon without doing proper planning, without using their potions, they will end up having to restart and do the entire dungeon over. Okay. So let me show that in code. Okay, so basically it's linking up my collision system. Well, hold on. Let's go into Redbeard Run, my main game. That's where I'm actually accessing that preferences. So the preferences, that's where I can use the load data, which is really just getting that singleton class. It's really just a hash map, though. I could have multiple save states doing that, so you give a name to it, and then that's what you are accessing. So because I only want one, I made this public, and then I'm passing around the Redbeard Run game into the different screens and stuff that needs to link up to it. So that right there, if I go into my collision system, when I hit a portal, that is when I'm generating my save state stuff. So only the rooms that are not in the dungeon will end up generating that save. So, first I clear anything out of there, and then I'm doing my health, my current group, past group, my camera, my current X, which I'm storing, so that's right before I go in. That's the X that I'm generating, and the Y. My Dragoons, the weapons that I've collected, potions, and if it's the first time that I'm playing the game, that I'm also storing. That comes from the NPC system for dialogue. So if it's the first time, I'm actually storing that, so when they load, they're not getting the same message when they initially did the game for the first time. And then I'm setting that stuff to the player component. So it's only giving the previous room state. And then when I'm trying to link that up for my entity manager, this is where I'm setting up for the player component. Let me just get to it. I guess I'm going to make it bigger. Player component. All right. So here, if the game is not a new game, then I'm loading all my player component stuff. So my original defaults, if they don't exist, this is what it is. But if those pieces were not saved, it's going to load default values. So I will still start in the same place. So all of this is going to be generated if that is the first time that I've, if it's not the first time that I played the game. Okay. And then the NPC system, that's what I'm doing. I'm setting this after I've received that dialogue.